Bonjour, nous sommes sur le stand de Feral avec Edwin Smith qui est producteur pour Feral, qui va nous parler un petit peu de son entreprise. Hello Edwin, can you introduce Feral in some words?
Sure. Feral Interactive is a games company. We've been around for about 10 years now, making just games for the Macintosh. So we take games from console or from Windows, and we make Macintosh versions. We also try and make the Macintosh version better on the Macintosh. So we add in special Mac-only features like widescreen and stuff for iChat and sometimes iTunes to try and make it more of a kind of a Mac game, not just a game from the PC which we bring to the Mac. It's a special just for the Mac versions.
Up to now, what is your bestseller on Mac?
Our bestseller at the moment is a game called Pirates, Sid Meier's. But in the last few years we released a game, Lego Star Wars 2. This game did very, very well for us, and it seems to be very, very popular amongst the kids and for the adults as well.
Donc le best-seller pour l'instant c'est Sid Meier's Pirates, mais Lego Star Wars 2 marche très bien également. Globally there is very few games on Mac. What is your feeling about that?
The Macintosh has a lot less market share than the Windows, and also now console is very, very popular. So because of this, you only can bring the best games to the Macintosh. There isn't enough Macintosh users to be able to bring hundreds of games. What you have to do is select the best games, and then you bring just those. So for example, Lego Star Wars 2 is a very, very good game, so that's why we'll bring it. But you can't just bring hundreds of the games like the console, because there's not enough people who want to buy these games.
Mostly Feral buy licenses from other company and then transform it for Mac.
Yes. So for example, these games were made by Lego and TT. So what we do is we take this, the code, and then we transform it and make it work on the Macintosh.
So there is a feeling on Macintosh that game on Mac are less powerful than on PC. Most of the people say that DirectX is missing something. Apple choose OpenGL. What is your feeling as a developer?
Okay, this is quite a hard question because it doesn't have a perfect answer. But the easy way of saying is DirectX is designed for Windows and also for Xbox. So it's all the time for the games. Whereas OpenGL is designed to do a lot more things. OpenGL is used in iPhoto. It's used in all the effects inside the Macintosh. So there are two different things here. DirectX is seulement pour le jeu. OpenGL is pour tout le monde, in my French. You know?
Bravo. Congratulations for that. Donc voilà, il vient de répondre en français. Vous avez peut-être compris ou peut-être pas, OpenGL est créé pour faire à la fois des jeux et de la 3D, tandis que DirectX s'occupe essentiellement des jeux. There is something new on Macintosh. Apple is now on Intel hardware, and does it help for you?
Yes, it helps because it doesn't help as much as you'd first think, but the main advantage now is the PowerPC was slowly getting slower than the Intel, but now whenever there's a new chip for Windows, there's a new chip for Macintosh. So whenever there's a new faster thing for PC, it's the same for the Macintosh. So it's one thing which is the same for both, which is good for us.
There is no more horsepower differences.
Exactly.
Okay. Talking about PowerPC, people were waiting for Tomb Raider on PowerPC, and you announce it sometimes, but it never comes up. What's going on?
This was quite a sad thing. We've spent the last year trying to make a PowerPC version of Tomb Raider, but the Tomb Raider game is very, very complicated, and the more we tried, we realized that it wasn't really possible. I mean, obviously if we spend 2 more years, maybe we can get it to work, but the amount of work is just too much. The problem is both the game and the game data both need to be converted for PowerPC. And the way the code is written, we would have to rewrite everything by hand. And this is just too much. So no Tomb Raider on PowerPC because of this. We're very, very sorry. We wish we could do it. It isn't because we don't want to, it's because it's not possible.
In short, PowerPC is dead.
PowerPC is basically dying off now. I mean, we have some games like the pirates, which we designed for PowerPC as well. But what we do is whenever we start a new game, we look at it. If it's an older game, like a Legends game, then we will see if we can make a PowerPC version for the people who cannot afford to buy a Mac, every year. But it's dying, yes. I mean, now something like 75% of computers on the internet, which are Macintosh, are Intel. 1 year ago, that was 50%. So it's just dropping away very quickly.
What about piracy on game?
It's not nice. It's yes. I mean, what we try and make it hard for people to pirate our games easily, but we also try and make it so if someone buys our game, a real copy, it isn't the copy protection isn't annoying. What we don't want to do is have a copy protection system that everybody's like Spore, when everybody complain. We don't want this, but also we don't want piracy. So what we think is if we have an image of we make games, we always patch stuff, then people will want to buy it because they will actually also like the company and what we aim for. So yes, we need copy protection. Piracy is bad, but you've got to try and find a middle ground between too much DRM and no DRM. So you have to try and find a ground in the middle.
The middle way.
Yes.
Okay.
It's very hard.
Okay. Also, there is something new on the software side, is with the iPhone. Globally, on the Mac, software are expensive. On the iPhone, software are cheap. I know they are less powerful and less full-feature game, but what is your feeling about that? Do you think there is a market for very low-rate game, very cheap games?
Well, I mean, obviously some people like Enigmo have sold games cheaply and they've made money. I think that the iPhone is a very, very new platform. So because of this, there will be a lot of change. Thousands of applications will be released and only a few of them will survive. So I think the platform in time will get stronger, more mature, and at that point there will be different prices, I probably think, in the future.
You think so?
I think so. I think there will be maybe the expanse to have bigger games, which cost a bit more, and then you still have the smaller games, which you have now. But I think we just need to wait for the platform to mature. Then people maybe will make games with which you can play for many days, not just for one day, then you're finished.
Voilà, donc en substance, s'il y a des jeux moins chers sur iPhone, c'est aussi parce que la plateforme n'est pas encore très mûre. Elle va le devenir prochainement, et sans doute que beaucoup des applications qui sont sorties ne survivront pas et qu'il y aura des prix différenciés, notamment donc des prix plus élevés pour des jeux plus puissants. Can you talk about your future products?
Yes, we've actually announced 2 games at the show. I think you can probably see behind me there's Rome Total War and Batman. Lego Batman will be coming out in the first 3 months of next year, and hopefully as well Rome. We have them both demoing at the show as well. The kids have been playing them all the time, so we hope they'll both do really well for us, especially Rome. I always read on the forums, many people always like, bring Rome to the Macintosh, bring Rome to the Macintosh. So we're very, very happy to be able to finally bring it to the Mac, especially as another Legends title. So it'll be cheaper, probably like a $30 product, most likely.
About game, most of the people think the game you released are sometimes a bit old on Windows, 2 years later or something like that. Is it a problem for you or not at all?
Most of the time we've been catching up a lot. Like Lego Indiana Jones, the difference between Mac and PC was only a few months. It was less than well under a year. Yes, we had a few problems with PowerPC and Intel. For example, Black and White 2, we had to delay it because the PowerPC Intel switchover caused a lot of work for us, because we had to go from Code Warrior, OS 9 type program to using Xcode with a different compiler, with GCC and everything, and this is a lot of work. So this is why we had sometimes 18 months, 2 years, as you said, for 1 or 2 titles during this problem time. But now we speed it up again, and the games are getting closer. The final thing you said is it a problem? Not really, because a lot of people, kids, they want to buy something for their kids to play, and they don't really care. Macintosh people aren't like the hardcore gamer. Hardcore gamer will own an Xbox. Hardcore gamer will own a PlayStation. Yeah, but for the Macintosh, it's I want to have some fun on my MacBook when I'm going on holiday. That's what they want to buy. So I don't think the 2-3 months is too much of a problem. I mean, obviously 2 years we don't want to have a delay like Black and White again. But you know, we've managed to in the last few games really speed things up. So overall, I think sort of it isn't really a problem.
Regarding the Feral production, I have the feeling that, technically speaking, it's getting better and better. Do you share this feeling?
I think we're always learning. We're always trying to make things better. Every game, which everybody in the office, whenever we choose a game, we always think, is this going to be a good? You know, do we think it's a good game? If we don't believe in it, we don't want to make it. So, and the same when we release a game. If we think a game's got bugs, we're happy to maybe make the development another month and then release a game which is, parfait, instead of releasing one like 2 months earlier and then it has many bugs, problems, because then on the internet everybody will say, you know, Feral has some bugs in their games. So it's better to take more time and do it perfect first time. And that's pretty much our motto in the office is we should always release something which we can be proud to have our names on.
Maybe my last question, what about Cider?
Cider is just a different way of porting games to what we do. We make Macintosh games and Macintosh executables. What Cider is it's you take a PC.exe file, you put lots of DLL files around it, and it's a bit like running like a virtual PC. So because of this, it isn't really porting a game, it's just running Windows inside a box. So you cannot add extra stuff like widescreen or iChat or anything like this into the game if you use Cider. So there's two different ways. I mean, other people use Cider, we use our own way. And obviously we think our own way is a slightly better way because it gives a more Macintosh experience for the user.
And also more performances, I bet.
It can do, sort of. You can't guarantee this, but it allows us to do extra stuff. For example, Lego Indiana Jones works on GMA cards. It wouldn't do that if it was Cider because we had to do some extra work.
Okay, thank you very much. I think I can say that Gamer says thank you to you too.
Okay, and au revoir. And,
Bravo, au revoir, merci.
Okay.